RE/MAX results. Welcome to Rochester Real Estate, featuring Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group-RE results and Andy Brownell. Here's Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk, 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Good morning, Andy Brownell, along with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group-RE results on News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM. Back for another Saturday morning chat. Robin, good morning, first of all.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Great.
Last week, we talked about a gentleman who was from Portugal, who lived in New York City, and is moving to Rochester, Minnesota.
Isn't that awesome? I love that story. And, you know, when he told me that, I said, how in the world did you pick Rochester, Minnesota? And he said, well, this is the deal. You know, I work in the United Nations building, which houses 4,000 people. And now, post-COVID or during COVID or whatever, it's going to be a max of 1,000 people. So he said, I have been told that I will be working from home forever, so I'm not coming back to the office. He said, I don't need to pay $5,000 a month rent. I can certainly live somewhere where I have a view of the sky. Remember, he wanted to face the sky. And so he did his research, and I said, what was your criteria? And he said, you know, I was looking for a place that wasn't going to be backward, or, you know, I didn't want to feel like I was moving in with all the country bumpkins. And he said, I liked Rochester because of the Mayo Clinic and the high level of education per capita, the income level per capita. He's a finance guy. He's a financial investor. So he said, I just thought it looked like a great place, low crime rate, good schools, just a good place to live. And he said that he told me things I didn't know. He told me the median age was 36, and I probably guess that's about his age. And I think he thought, good place to come and meet the right kind of people and not live in the middle of the city and not be, you know, overwhelmed with everything that's happening there.
Cosmopolitan Rochester, Minnesota.
Right. So here we are, his choice. I love it.
So his situation is happening to more and more people, that they're finding out that they're not going to make a trip to the office anymore.
You know, we're going to really feel that even downtown Rochester with the people that are going to be working from home. Clearly the nurses and the doctors and the, you know, desk attendants, and those people are all still going to be working downtown, but there's a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that is going to be done, well, is currently being done from home and will be as a long-term deal. So I've had 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 of my clients call me this past week. Well, one is a client that I sold her house, and she said, hey, can you help me find a house in Arizona, because I don't have to live in Rochester anymore. I'm going to be working from home, so I can live remotely. I can work remotely, and of course there's a Mayo Clinic in Arizona as well, so she's going to spend part of her time here, part of her time there. I bet you can guess which part. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, maybe she's going to stay here in the summer and go there in the winter, but I'm not sure. But I had 2 other customers that I don't know, that called me because they want to sell their houses. And the reason they want to sell, both of them are moving to their cabins, one in Spooner, Wisconsin, and one in Faribault, because they previously had worked here all week and then would take off on Friday, head to the cabin for the weekend, and then come back, do it all over again. But now, because they can work remotely, they're like, we don't need 2 houses. And if I have to pick my house in Rochester or my home on the lake with my private dock and my pontoon boat, you know, going for that one.
Yeah, I wonder how that decision got made. Boy, oh boy.
So, yeah, it's interesting. So I said, we're going to probably feel a difference with parking downtown and traffic downtown. But it just really hit me this week that we're going to notice a difference in home ownership and real estate. You know, we've talked over the past couple of weeks about how more people are going to want bigger homes, especially those that have kids at home and maybe both spouse are working from home. And so they need room to spread out, right? So you've got an office for this one, an office for that one, and then still room for the kids to do their schoolwork. And if they're different ages, you know, elementary school versus middle school or high school. So it'll be, I mean, definitely interesting, the changes we see. And I expect that, and I've seen that in the bigger, higher-end homes become a hotter commodity. I think, you know, combination of just more space plus low interest rates just makes it a perfect time to do that.
It's interesting that if you kind of carry out what you're talking about here, that this movement, which we haven't seen that movement. That's kind of been the thing in Rochester. We've seen that the turnover rate hasn't been there, that a lot of folks are staying in the homes that would traditionally have been the first-time home buyer's opportunity. This might be that little nudge that makes this happen, is somebody in a more modest home moving up to a larger home because they have the ability to do so and need or want that space, might free up a more modestly priced home for somebody who wants to get into the market.
And I feel like, I think that's all very true and very valid. I feel like where we're going to see a big difference, like both of these people that called me to list their places, and are both in the 500s, and they're both like high-end townhomes. And the reason they had made the move from their home to that high-end townhome was, of course, to escape the lawn mowing and the shoveling and all of those things, so that when they did have the free time to get out of town and get to their lake, where they probably do have to do their lawn mowing and their shoveling, whatever, they just didn't want to do it at two houses. So it'll be interesting because a lot of the older people who want the townhomes don't necessarily want that big and that expensive. So it will be interesting. It really will be interesting to see how it changes our market.
And the idea that this might be permanent, that you have so many people who have jobs that can be done from a different location with the technology we have today. And the overall, my brother did this way before it became a trend. He moved from the Seattle area to Portland, and they wanted him to continue working, and this was Amazon, I'll tell you what it was. And so he was working remotely for Amazon from Portland. And it was
before it was a thing.
Before it was a thing. And that one, I think that was almost a decade he did that.
Wow. So
it is possible to do it, that's for sure, from a completely different part of the, an entirely different state.
Yeah, it is. I was talking to one lady at one of the listing appointments, telling her that when people do return back to the office, those who will, there's going to be a lot of really sad dogs. They're all so happy because their people are there with them all day long, right? And I've been seeing posts like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my dog when I go back to work because, he's become so spoiled or so used to having me here. And it's just so true. There's so many things that change because of what we're going through.
Yeah, and you think about the people who are in these homes, in these neighborhoods, where oftentimes there weren't anybody there for hours and hours and hours each day.
Right.
I wonder what that'll do. Well, a lot of interesting trends to watch for this.
I was talking to my mom, and I said, oh, my gosh, when Scott and I ran the Rochester Better Chance House, we had 6 teenage boys at all times. And then part of that time our kids were in elementary school, part of the time they were in middle school, but eventually we had 8 teenagers. And I could not imagine if it was distance learning. I said, first of all, I wouldn't have been able to keep up on groceries because they'd be all home all the time. Second of all, my house would be, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy. I've told you this almost every single week, but I am really happy I don't have school-age kids at home.
I'm with you, 100%. I've got my next-door neighbors have 2 little ones. One's not in school yet, but 2 of them are, and I can just see that they're getting stressed out as we're approaching the beginning of the school year, all the uncertainties.
Oh, and the kids want to be in school, and the teachers want to be in school. Everybody wants to be there, but we know that we have to think about health first. It's just tough.
Yeah, this whole thing is going to, obviously everything changed in March, and now we're getting the idea that some of the changes we're going through may be a lot longer lasting than anybody anticipated and create all sorts of new opportunities for people, too.
Correct.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You got to look at the positive.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I guess I'm going to be introduced. We're all going to be introduced to a new member of the Gwaltney team. So we'll be right back. More with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group-RE Max results on News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new language like French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be
Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk, 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Good morning and welcome back. I'm Andy Brownell with Robin Gwaltney with Gwaltney Group RE/MAX Results. And, Robin, you have a brand new member of your team to introduce to us.
I do, and I'm so excited. If there's one thing you know about this team, Andy, we don't bring anybody on board that's not just awesome. And this guy is just the sweetest, nicest guy. I'm really looking forward to spending more time with him, getting to know him better, and watch the fabulous things that he's going to be doing with and for his clients. So Joe Polinchek is our newest team member here at the Gwaltney Group, and I'll let you talk to Joe and learn all about him.
All right. Thanks, Robin. Joe, welcome to the microphone, and welcome to the audience here on News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Hi, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I guess I'm going to ask you right off, what's your story? Are you from the Rochester area? If not, how did you get here? And how did you end up being a member of Robin's team?
So I grew up in just north of Davenport, Iowa, and I worked for Hy-Vee most of my life. I moved to Des Moines with the company, and then I ended up moving to Owatonna. Was my first rented an apartment, was my first residence in Minnesota, and then I moved to Rochester. I met my girlfriend, future fiance, hopefully, and moved to Rochester and started working for the Barlow Plaza Hy-Vee 2 years ago, and then I decided to move on, and I'm still living in Rochester, and decided to, customer service was something that I take a lot of pride in, and it was something that I wanted to further pursue than being a meat cutter. I was the manager at Barlow's for a little over a year and a half, and, I thought I could do something a little more exciting, and I wanted a career change, and it's something I love to do. I still love to cook, love to, cut meat. And
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, what is the best cut of meat?
Well, I guess I like a tenderloin. If you're going to go with beef, filet mignon, tenderloin, that's my favorite.
That's kind of the gold standard. Yeah. When you can afford it.
Yep, that's right.
So you said future fiance. Did you let the cat out of the bag there? Or?
No, not yet. We're still ring shopping. And
okay, so she knows, though.
She knows, yeah. She just graduated nursing school with a 4.0. So she's been busy. She's had her hands tied. I didn't want to stress her out any more than she needs to be.
Well, that's a great career path to go. I actually know quite a few people, young women and men who have chosen the nursing career. So you worked in the Barlow system, or the Hy-Vee system, for many, many years, and you mentioned you were the manager. I imagine that that gave you a lot of customer interaction, I guess is the way I'd want to put it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's, you kind of learn how to, deal with every kind of situation that retail management throws at you. I mean, there's its ups and downs, and there's things that stress you, and there's things that you love about it too. So
how did you find yourself, I know you decided to move on, how did you find yourself moving to real estate?
Well, I've talked to Robin a couple times. She was my girlfriend's family friend, and they introduced me to her, and, just talking to her, she's, anybody and everybody will admire her just by one conversation, and, she very, very influential, and, I figured if I was going to follow a path, it'd be a path with her,
So have you gone through the licensing and all that? You're ready to go?
Yep. I just got my license.
Okay.
The beginning of August, so I'm excited to rock and roll.
Yeah, I guess so. You couldn't have a better teacher, that's for sure, with Robin. Is there any aspect to the real estate, the job itself that really is attractive to you? Any particular type of, client you want to work with more than any other, or is it something you just need to kind of find your way through?
I'm pretty open to, anything and everything. I really enjoy working with people, and, with real estate being such a big financial investment, that's something I would love to, help people get through and be excited about, and not be nervous or scared to get out there and look or purchase or sell, or, just be that comforting aspect is what I like.
Okay. So you see yourself more as a guide through a process?
When I can be, yeah.
Okay.
Or, giving them the contacts that they need to have to make the best decision,
If are there any other, special skills? Obviously, the people skills. I understand that. Or anything else you bring to the group that might elicit somebody who's listening today to go, hey, I'm going to give Joe a call and see if maybe I can work with him?
Well, I'm very organized, and I just really, really like making people happy. That's my biggest thing. That's why I worked with Hy-Vee for so long is, if they're not satisfied, I'm not satisfied, and, I'll do whatever it takes any time of the day, no matter what, to ensure they have the best situation or, the best relationship we could have, or, just to ensure that they have the best process.
I know from talking to Robin for all the months and months we've been doing this program, she puts a lot of pride into having this administrative staff with the Gwaltney Group that takes kind of care of all the paperwork, the stuff the grinding stuff. Have you had a chance to work with the team on that level yet?
I've met everybody, and I have a lot of respect for everybody. I mean, it's amazing what she's put together with her team. I haven't had a chance to dive in firsthand and take care of that side of things, but as far as first impression goes, with everybody on the group, they're just awesome.
Are there any particular activities or community groups or anything that you really are interested in or active with that you'd like to maybe share with us?
Yeah, I golf, and I also play disc golf a lot. That's one of my hobbies, and I know that there aren't a lot of tournaments for disc golf or frisbee golf up here, but that is something that I do enjoy. There's leagues, I think, Wednesday at IBM, but it would be nice to start a league in Mazeppa, close to where I live, and I've hosted tournaments back home before, nothing big, but with my friends we put together leagues and tournaments, and it'd be something that I would enjoy to help give some sort of community back to people looking forward to something to do, I guess, when you have to social distance.
Yeah,
that's a safe activity to get some exercise on a nice day. So
you're already raring to go if somebody's listening today and thought, hey, I'm going to give Joe a call and maybe have him show my home, or maybe show themselves different homes. How do they get a hold of you at the Gwaltney Group?
They can either call me, or they can email me, or they can call the office here too. My phone number is 563-210-2789, and then my email is joe@GwaltneyGroup.com, and then otherwise they could call the office or however they need to get a hold of Robin too.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, Joe, we have to take another break already. It's great to meet you, and good luck with everything with the Gwaltney Group.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment on News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We've got your daily fix of Sean Hannity.
What is Mom and Dad going to do?
Group RE/MAX results and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Welcome back, Andy Brownell, and Robin Gwaltney is back with us. Gwaltney Group RE/MAX results. Once again, nice to meet another member of the team, Robin.
Yeah, isn't he something?
It's always interesting the different backgrounds people have who find their way into the real estate. But I mean, there's always one common theme in there, that they all are really people-centered.
Yes, exactly. Service providers.
Yeah.
That's what attracts me for sure.
So I imagine you mentioned we have some people who are going to be working remotely and looking to sell their houses. Do you have any new listings maybe you can share with us?
I do have a couple of new listings. We have a gem of a house out northeast, 952 11th Avenue Northeast. And this one is an affordable guy. He's $179,900. 3 beds, 2 baths with a 1-car garage, built in 41. Just a cute house.
That's right over by the elementary school, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And then we have another not too expensive. It's, more than that one, but still in the range of a lot of buyers. This one's $269,900 at 819 3rd Street Northeast out in Byron. And this house is just really nice. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2-car garage. It was built in 2004, but when I went there, I had a hard time believing that because it looks and feels brand new. Really nice house. Yeah, and then we have a bigger one, more expensive. I guess this one might be for those people who are looking for more space, spread out a little bit. It's at 2027 Century Hills Drive Northeast. And this one is a 4-bed, 4-bath, 3-car garage built in 2000 for $449,900.
You have all 3 levels covered right there.
Yes, we do. And I think we have other houses that just weren't new this week, but we do have a couple that are still available in pretty much all the price ranges. So we've got something for everybody and would love to help you, who's ever listening, find the home that they're looking for, just the perfect fit. Or if you have something to sell, that's super exciting because inventory is at an all-time low, and we would love to get our hands on some more, of course.
Definitely a seller's market right now.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, it is.
And all these times we've talked about listings, you don't very often get those that... Nobody seems to get those that are below 200 much.
No, I know.
Anymore,
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure if you call me later this afternoon, I'll have to tell you it's gone. Because, they don't last long. They just don't. There's a lot of buyers and few listings. So it's definitely, listings are at a premium.
Are we still, I haven't been keeping track, are we still at those unbelievably low interest rates?
We are, yes. Interest rates are still 2.85,
oh my goodness,
2.99. We're talking 30-year fixed mortgages. So the interest rates are phenomenal, just phenomenal.
That is just astounding to me.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why it's a seller's market, because you have, I'm sure, a lot of people are interested in wanting to take advantage right now of these lower interest rates.
That's why I want your inventory. So if you have houses to sell, call me.
Any type of house, any place.
Absolutely. All southeastern Minnesota.
Yeah, that's right. And the office still going well over in Wabasha?
It is. And actually, I need to add, and Wisconsin. We can also help you in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Both sides of the river there.
Yes, both sides of the river.
That area by Trempealeau all the way through
Isn't that
Nelson
nice?
and Alma. It's gorgeous.
It really is.
It's a little different feel when you go over to the other side of the river.
And you feel like you're a lot more than just an hour away, don't you?
Yeah, it's just the mighty Mississippi. It's kind of strange to see how that's a demarcation. Obviously, but you'd think that it's less than a mile from here to there, but
I know
it's a totally different mood sometimes.
That's for sure.
All right, and goodness gracious, we're in the middle of a big weekend here in Rochester. This is it's not like we normally have for a weekend. They're going to have this. I have to see how this works. But today, this drive-through Rochester Fest Parade.
I know.
Is going to be taking place. And who knows? I mean,
I know.
what is it? Is it one of those towns in Fillmore County? Is it Wayland? Always had the parade that the float stayed still and everybody walked
really?
past. Yeah.
Oh,
so this
funny.
will just be a larger version of that. And then
Makes sense. It's definitely better for your health, right? So
Yeah.
just plopping on the curb.
And fireworks.
Yeah, cool.
It's going to be noisy here in the Rochester area tonight.
Dogs won't like that.
No, the dogs won't like it, but it's funny. They're moving them to Soldiers Field this year.
Oh.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that all works out, because it's kind of an experiment. It might be the best thing ever, or maybe not, but it's actually a little closer to my house, so I might...
Yeah, one way to find out, I guess, right?
Yeah, give it
a try.
Since we're going to change everything this year anyway, we might as well change that too, right?
2020 will be the year to remember, no doubt.
I think I might have told you that. I've seen the a meme or a T-shirt, or it might have been a bumper sticker, but they said 10 to 15 years from now, you'll be using the term in a very derogatory term, like, oh, that's so 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Anytime something bad happens, oh, that's so 2020. Oh, goodness. Well, Robin, you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. It's good to talk to you again.
Thanks. Same to you.
And
I hope you have a productive weekend.
Actually, we'll be working through the rest of the weekend. But if somebody wants to get a hold of you, if they have that home they're thinking about selling, you called for more inventory, how do we get a hold of Robin Gwaltney and the Gwaltney Group?
Absolutely. Reach out to me on my cell phone anytime. That number is 507-259-4926, or visit us at gwaltneygroup.com.
All right. Until next Saturday, Robin, you have a great rest of the weekend and a great week.
Thanks, Andy. You too.
Thanks again. Again, that's Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group on RE/MAX Results on News Talk 1340 KROC AM at 96.9 FM.
Mayo Clinic Radio on the House. Dave Ramsey, Kim